Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another one of Grandpa Elroy's stories for my new friends. Thank you for joining us. For those of you who don't know or have forgotten, I'm the official storyteller of the North Pole and the keeper of secrets and truth, and I'm an elf. Today, I'm going to tell you the story of the Lost Frogdog Boy. Deep in a sun-dappled forest lived a curious young frog dog who absolutely adored the woods. His heart was full of adventure, and every single day, he'd venture out to explore all the amazing, wonderful, and beautiful things the forest had to offer. He'd wander past familiar streams and trees, discovering new flowers, strange mushrooms, and friendly little animals with each step. He'd traveled further and further, his world growing bigger with every journey, always making it back home just in time for dinner. Deep in the heart of the woods lived a young frog dog boy whose greatest joy was the sound of nature. The rustling leaves and the gentle whisper of the wind brought peace to his heart. Here, he was free. He invented his own games, always testing his limits. How high could he leap into the branches? How long could he swim against the river's current? He'd race up and down the small, rolling hills, feeling strong and alive, completely at home in his woodland playground. Deep in the woods, a little frog dog boy was wandering, feeling a bit lost. But his journey took a happy turn when he stumbled upon some friendly frog dog siblings from a nearby village. They instantly became friends and decided to share a secret. The siblings knew of a magical spot, a sparkling waterfall that tumbled into the most perfect swimming hole. What an amazing adventure for a day! They spent hours laughing and splashing, jumping from the top into the cool, clear pool below. After their swim, they lay on the warm rocks, watching the fluffy clouds drift by, shouting out all the funny shapes they could see. Saying goodbye was a little tough, but the frog dog boy smiled, knowing he'd always have these wonderful memories.
The young frog dog boy loved to tell his frog dog parents what he had seen that day over dinner, every night when he got home from his trips in the woods.
Ever wonder what a frog dog dreams about? Well, for one little guy, dreams are his reality. One day, he spotted a majestic unicorn prancing through the forest mist. Another time, he chatted with a baby dragon on its very first flight, sharing tales of their adventures by a shimmering pond. He's even learned camping tricks from wise, traveling His parents just love hearing his incredible story. What amazing tales will he tell next? One lovely day, late in the spring, a little frog dog decided he was ready for an adventure. "I want to go camping," he declared. His frog parents, being the caring folks they are, made him promise not to wander too far from home. They lovingly packed some yummy snacks into his hammock for the journey. With a happy heart, the young frog dog boy set off, traveling east for hours, eager to discover new and exciting sights beyond his familiar world. That night, the frog dog boy knew what he promised his parents. Don't go too far. But he also knew his fingers were crossed behind his back when he said it. He moved faster than ever, driven by a secret goal. This wasn't just a walk in the woods. It was a test he had given himself. Because more than anything, he wanted to be an explorer. And every great explorer has to start somewhere. Have you ever dreamed of an adventure? Our little frog dog friend sure has. He's packing his bags, ready to explore the vast frog dog swamps and meet all the amazing creatures living there. But his journey doesn't stop at the swamp's edge. He wants to feel the sand between his toes at the frog dog beaches, visit charming seaside villages, and maybe even learn to surf. And oh, the food! He dreams of visiting the great farms and tasting the freshest fruits and vegetables. What amazing sights will he see? Deep in an ancient, whispering forest lives a young frog dog boy. This isn't just any forest. It's the ancestral home of the frog dogs, a magical place steeped in history. While many have moved on, a few families, like his, remain. They are the sworn guardians of these great woods, tending to its ancient trees and hidden groves. Every rustle of leaves, every sunbeam that filters through the canopy tells a story of their dedication and love for their home. The great forest stretched on further than the young frog dog boy had ever gone before. With the sun dipping low, a sense of urgency pushed his little legs faster. He had to find a place to camp for the night. Just as the last light faded, he stumbled upon a tall clearing with a beautiful pond. The rising moon cast a silver glow across the water. It was perfect. He quickly found two sturdy trees and set up his hammock, ready for a peaceful night. The frog dog boy sat beside the still water, watching the moon climb into the night sky. He listened to the familiar symphony of the great wood shrubs rustles and the gentle sigh of the wind. At first it was all the same, just a new spot on the map. He felt a little let down, hoping for something truly different. Well, he thought, at least I set a new distance record. But just as he started to climb into his hammock, a sound unlike any other echoed through the trees, stopping him in his tracks. What was that sound? The young frog dog boy sat up in his hammock, ears perked. It was distant, farther than the edge of his camp, but he was sure he'd heard something. He waited, holding his breath, listening for it to return. But only the quiet hum of the night answered. Eventually, his eyelids grew heavy, and he drifted off to sleep. He was usually a vivid dreamer, but tonight was different. His dreams were not filled with adventure, but a strange, quiet fall. The world was still dark, cloaked in the quiet hours just before dawn, when a strange sound woke the young frog dog boy. It wasn't just one noise, but many, a chorus of creatures calling from somewhere deep in the woods, far from his small camp. He knew he should get an early start home, but curiosity pulled at him. He'd been late his whole life. Why should today be any different? With a shrug, he packed his gear and set off towards the mysterious sound. The young frog dog boy raced through the great woods, faster than ever before, but still, the sun was already peeking over the horizon by the time he got close. He'd been following a strange noise, but ironically, it seemed to fade the nearer he got. Slowing down, he entered a small clearing. In it were bizarre buildings and frog dogs who looked just like the travelers he sometimes met on his day trips. The young frog dog boy yearned for more adventure, but the sun was already high in the sky. He knew getting back before midnight would be a real challenge. As he turned to leave, a strange robed frog dog with a pointy hat and walking stick appeared before him. "Excuse me, sir," the young frog dog stammered. "I must be on my way home now." The figure chuckled softly. "Well, my little one, aren't you quite the explorer? I am Darkstar, the spirit wizard of the frog dog people." Scene opens with a wise-looking frog dog wizard, Darkstar, facing a young, curious frog dog boy. "I'm here to help you," Darkstar's voice rumbled, "so that you will help me when the frog dog people are in trouble. This trouble is many years from now, but your spirit is needed." Darkstar leaned closer, his eyes twinkling like distant galaxies. "But first, we must help you grow your spirit and your connection to our people." The young boy looked up, his expression a mix of awe and confusion. How do you plan to help me?" he asked. Darkstar chuckled as he handed the young boy a shimmering amulet. "Take this and get lost," he said with a wide, toothy grin. The little frog dog looked up, completely bewildered. "Get lost? Is this a joke, sir? I just want to get home." Darkstar laughed again, a deep, rumbling sound. "I mean travel. See things you've never seen before. Then, in 1 week, when you are truly, magnificently lost, use the amulet." They stood together in the heart of the great forest. "How is putting on jewelry going to help me, old sir?" the young frog dog boy asked, puzzled. Darkstar, the frog dog wizard, let out a deep, knowing laugh. "You break it," he exclaimed, "and its magic will bring you right back here to this very moment, as if you never left." "But," the wizard warned, his voice growing serious, "you must be truly and utterly lost, and you must use the amulet before 7 days are over." The little frog dog boy stared up at the towering trees of the great forest, his eyes wide with wonder. How do I know any of this is real?" he stammered, looking at the wizened frog dog wizard, Darkstar. The wizard simply chuckled, a deep, rumbling sound. He raised a hand and began to count backward. 8 6 6 4 3 2 1. On the final count, a loud pop echoed through the woods. And just like that, standing beside the boy was his perfect double. "Welcome back, my little frog dog boy," Darkstar said warmly. "Now, be on your way home. Hurry, you're running late," said Darkstar, the frog dog wizard, as they stood in the great forest. "Don't tell the other frog dog boy anything of where you've been, or he won't be able to get lost." The first frog dog boy, who had just appeared, nodded thankfully and hurried home. "That was amazing," said the second boy. With a sense of wonder, he turned and walked into the trading camp, ready to begin his grand adventure of getting wonderfully, magically lost. Have you ever dreamed of seeing what's beyond the world you know? Our little frog dog friend sure did. With a heart full of courage, he convinced a group of traveling traders to take him on their journey. Within the hour, they were on their way. For the first time ever, He saw the world outside the great forest. His eyes widened at the sight of vast fields, little huts dotting the landscape, and hard-working frog dog families. A brand new adventure was just beginning. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Frog Dog Chronicles. The mountains loomed in the distance, a majestic sight, but our Frog Dog Boy knew his path lay elsewhere. As twilight painted the sky, he and his companions stumbled upon a lively farming village nestled by a river. The air was filled with music and laughter. It was a harvest celebration. Our young traveler was swept up into festivities, tasting delicious new foods, chatting with wise old farmers, and even sharing a dance with some charming frog dog ladies. What a night! Bright and early, a little Frog Dog Boy waved goodbye and hopped onto a boat with a friendly group of traveling frogs. Their destination, the legendary Frog Dog Swamps. As the boat chugged upriver, he leaned over the railing, his eyes wide with wonder. He saw shimmering fish, colorful birds, and ancient trees draped in moss. When they finally arrived, the village was alive with music and laughter, celebrating a huge fish catch. That night, swaying gently in a hammock, he drifted to sleep, dreaming of the swamp's magical, glowing color. The morning sun peeked through the swamp mist as our little frog dog friend waved goodbye to the village. He hopped aboard a boat with a lively troop of traveling frog dogs, their journey just beginning. They paddled up the river, leaving the familiar lily pads behind for the wide-open coast. As they reached the sparkling ocean, amazing sea creatures swam alongside them, greeting them on their way. Finally, as the sun set in a blaze of color, they arrived at the islands, home to the beach-dwelling frog dogs. What a beautiful sight! Last night, I washed up on the shores of this amazing island town with my fellow traveling friends. As the sun peeked over the horizon, painting the sky in beautiful colors, I met the sweetest frog dog girl. She gave me the grand tour of the island and, get this, tried to teach me how to surf. We spent the whole day riding the waves, or at least I tried to, right up until the sun set. To cap off a perfect day, all the islanders gathered for a huge bonfire party on the beach. What an adventure! When the Frog Dog Boy woke up on the island beach for the second day in a row, he thought, this must be what a vacation feels like. But he knew it was already day 5. He only had 2 days left to get truly lost, break the medallion, and finally make it home. He had traveled far, but it wasn't really lost yet. He was sure that with just a little help, he could still find his way back. Time was running out. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Our little Frog Dog Boy has been on quite the adventure. 2 days ago, he arrived on this beautiful island, but now it's time to say goodbye. His mission, to explore the vast and wonderful world of the frog dog, and he's not done yet. He's met farming frog dogs, swamp frog dogs, and now island frog dogs. With the sun high in the sky, he pushes his little boat back into the ocean. What amazing discoveries lie beyond the horizon? Let's find out together. Don't forget to like and subscribe to follow his journey. The little Frog Dog Boy rowed his boat, seeing nothing but the vast, empty ocean. He wasn't quite ready to admit he was lost. Suddenly, the sky turned dark and a massive storm rolled in. Giant waves crashed over his tiny boat, tossing him into the churning sea. He struggled, but the ocean was too strong. Just when all hope seemed lost, he awoke on a shimmering shore. He wasn't alone. An entire village, built of ice and filled with friendly frog dogs, surrounded him. The Frog Dog Boy had traveled far and wide, but nothing prepared him for this. An entire village carved from ice, filled with creatures just like him, but he couldn't understand a word they said. This place wasn't on any map. He was truly lost. As night fell, the sky ignited with the ethereal glow of the northern lights, and a beautiful song filled the air. He didn't know the words, but it was the most amazing melody he had ever heard. The northern lights danced across the frozen sky, a beautiful but lonely sight for the lost Frog Dog Boy. Surrounded by the silent, icy figures of other frog dogs, he felt a surge of desperation. He pulled out the amulet, a gift from the spirit wizard, its surface cool against his paw. With a final, determined breath, he smashed it against the ice. A loud pop echoed, and the world dissolved, reforming into the familiar warmth of the great forest, with the wizard himself from a week ago, standing right there. Hello, my wonderful friends. Thank you for joining me once again. It's me, Grandpa Elroy, your official storyteller and keeper of secrets and truth. And yes, I'm an elf. Remember to check out our other picture, audiobooks, poems, and even comic books, all available for free right here on our YouTube channel. Until we meet again, Grandpa Elroy says bless you and your family. Peace be with you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to help our family grow. Thank you for joining us.